Okay, welcome back to Elder Scrolls Online. Let us continue where we stopped.
The workhouse serves to snare the poor and the destitute, those who fall behind on their debts. They come here to find employment and earn a decent wage, but the costs deducted to pay for room and board leave them worse off than they were before.
So the workhouse accepts only Khajiiti workers?
One of the first things Euryxia did after declaring herself queen was to institute tariffs and fines that apply only to Khajiiti citizens. No one else needs the workhouse. A cruel tactic, but effective.
So there's nothing the Khajiiti can do?
The Rimin Khajiit? No. Any complaints incur fines for causing a public disturbance or some other inane ordinance. No one wants to risk falling even further into debt. It's ingenious. Monstrous, but ingenious.
It sounds like slavery.
Oh, Euryxia is clever. She pays the Khajiiti, and the workhouse isn't technically a prison. On the surface, it appears to be a place that helps society's unfortunates, but underneath, it's slavery without any of the uncomfortable trappings.
Okay, let's move on.
Now, let's visit the Rimin marketplace. Take a look around. Business seems to be thriving, but appearances can be deceiving.
Okay, what am I missing here? Right, tell me.
It may be hard to see, but the Khajiiti merchants struggle to keep their stalls open, while the less bestial business people rake in the profits. Euryxia would have you believe it's a matter of work ethic, but we know better.
You're saying the Khajiiti merchants are treated unfairly?
Unfairly doesn't begin to cover it. Khajiiti merchants must deal with high tariffs, extra inspection fees, costly licenses. Euryxia's squeezing them for every piece of gold imaginable. She even instituted a fur tax.
What? A fur tax?
On the surface, it seems reasonable to make Khajiiti pay for extra inspections to ensure their fur isn't getting into the products they sell. And while they do shed, it's just another way to discriminate against the rightful citizens of this land.
Okay, let's move on.
Come along. I want to show you the improvements Euryxia made to the palace walls. See the trebuchets? Notice how they're aimed into the city below.
Actually, you're right. Yes, what's the deal with that?
See how the siege weapons sit upon the walls? When it comes right down to it, you're looking at the secret of my half-sister's success.
What do you mean, her success?
How else do you think Euryxia maintains order and keeps the Elsweyr defense force at bay? She declared publicly and has repeated often that any attempt to liberate Rimin will see her unleash the full fury of the siege weapons upon the city.
So Euryxia would destroy the city?
If Euryxia can't have Rimin, then neither can anyone else. She'd destroy the city in a heartbeat if she thought she was in danger of losing control. Of course, she tells her non-bestial subjects that only the Khajiiti districts are targeted.
Can they really target the weapons that precisely?
Absolutely not. But the lie makes her supporters feel better. The Khajiit know that even a peaceful protest could result in the destruction of Rimin. So far, no one has dared to challenge Euryxia's will in this matter, and for good reason.
I think it's time we went and had a talk with Euryxia, Tharn.
When we get to the palace, let me do the talking. As the Elder Tharn, I'll demonstrate my dominance over Euryxia and negotiate a cessation of hostilities.
I hope you're right. But truly, I cannot wait to meet her. She sounds like an evil genius.
Ah, here come Queen Euraxia's guests now.
I don't like the looks of these meddlers. I say we feed them to the dragons and be done with it.
Cadwal the Betrayer?
I know you. I saw you through the soul-shriven's eyes. You were with the fool who thinks himself the shining knight of Sirad. If only he knew what a monster I was. The horrors of Cold Harbor pale before my heinous deeds.
What? So you're Cadwal's head?
I am my own head, yes. I am the hero of Sirad and the villain of Elsweyr, the champion of the Third Nedic Massacre and the Dark Knight they call the Betrayer.
You aren't the Cadwal I know.
Of course not. I am the genuine article, much more real than a disembodied soul given shape in the flesh cauldrons of oblivion. But why do you presume to talk to me? I have killed greater beings than you for much, much less.
So you're the betrayer mentioned on the gravestone?
Came to that conclusion by yourself, did you? That's what they called me. It has a certain ring to it, but I always preferred my more grandiose titles. Champion, Slayer, Dark Knight. When I am made whole, the cats will pay for what they did to me.
This is really fascinating. So Cadwal is not the real Cadwal?
I know.
So you're Abner Tharn's bodyguard and valet. Not what I expected. I assume you want to follow your master into the Queen's inner sanctum, huh? I'll allow it. But first, I want to gauge the measure of your marrow.
You one of Euraxia's necromancers.
I am Queen Euraxia's chief necromancer. You may call me Zumog Foom. The other grave callers answer to me. And this is my familiar and confidant, Sir Cadwal the Betrayer.
Is that really Cadwal's head?
Ah, yes. The Betrayer saw you when it looked through the soul-shriven's eyes. The creature you know is a pale shadow of the Dark Knight that once walked these lands. I exhumed his remains and reanimated him. Well, his head, it was all I could find.
So why did you dig up Cadwal's head?
My actions don't concern you. I just wanted to meet Abner Tharn's lackey and determine if Queen Euraxia had anything to fear. The answer is quite clear. Your insignificance rivals that of the soul-shriven fool, which makes you eminently forgettable.
What?
Now about the rest of my body, O pestilent one.
Your insults won't hasten the process, betrayer.
But there's a terrible draft in what used to be my nether regions.
What? I guess we'll find out who the real Cadwal is, but for some reason, I think I believe him. Alright, we'll see. Let's see Euraxia.
Presenting Abner Tharn, Grand Chancellor and Overlord of Nibene, Imperial Battle Mage of the Elder Council, and Patriarch of the Tharn Dynasty, and his bodyguard.
Ah, half-brother, your arrival, it's so unexceptional.
Pretending to be a queen.
Hush, Abner, you bore me. Bodyguard, you look interesting. Come talk to me.
You heard her. Good luck.
My sources indicated that my half-brother's associate was somewhat taller. Oh well. Now, why in the world should I even consider negotiating with members of the losing side?
You know what? I gotta give it to her. She looks just like her brother. I can actually... Yeah, I can see how she can be his sister. Alright, we came to warn you. The dragons consider you a puppet and they plan to betray you.
A warning? How thoughtful. You do know that I defeated the Khajiiti army and took control of the Rimmon throne? I am no one's puppet, I assure you. But why do you suppose I have anything to do with dragons?
Well, let's persuade here. There's no need to play games with me. Mulamnir admitted to your alliance when we spoke.
Sweet talk? From an associate of my half-brother? I'm flattered. Shall we retire to the dungeons? We'll engage in the most interesting activities, you and I. You'll positively beg for mercy right up until the end, and then I'll give you to Foom.
You're no fool, Queen Euraxier. You know Mulamnir will destroy you once you've served your purpose.
Do not attempt to sway me with your silver tongue. Mulamnir and I have a special relationship, an understanding. The dragons will secure my hold over Elsweyr, and there's nothing you or my pathetic half-brother can do to stop them.
Think about it. You're doing exactly what Mulamnir wants you to do.
Enough! Zumog Foom, what news do you bring?
The Desert Wind Auditorium has fallen. We move against Riverhold on your word.
Then the word is given. Now, half-brother.
Treachery? How could I ever have anticipated this?
Guards, take them to the dungeons.
I think not.
Wait, are we in the dungeon?
Well, I suppose that could have gone better.
Where are we and how did we get here?
I prepared for Euraxia's probable betrayal. Unfortunately, my teleport spell wasn't quite able to penetrate the palace wards. So we wound up down here, in the palace sewer.
Did you hear what Euraxier said to Zumog Foom?
We heard two things of note. First, Euraxian forces have invaded the Desert Wind Auditorium for some insidious purpose. And second, my vile half-sister ordered an attack on Riverhold.
So we need to Wanga Rashri.
One thing at a time, my companion, one thing at a time. I need to recover my strength after teleporting us into this skeever hole. I'll need your help to get out of here. Then we can deal with both Desert Wind and Riverhold.
Alright, stay close. So escort them out of the sewers. Interesting, there's this supposedly original Cadwell. But it was a pleasure to finally meet his sister. I wonder who the real Cadwell is. It's gonna be interesting to find out. All right. Well, I can always sell that. Okay, well, we're still on that. Go ahead and have something to eat, restore our stats, and then we'll go from there.
Queen anticipated.
Yeah, I don't need that. We'll take the gold. Pretty sure we're heading up here.
Over there! The Queen wants them alive!
The way out, finally. I can't abide another moment in this stench. Well, that's an experience I won't be adding to my memoirs. We'll separate here. Make it harder for Euraxia's lackeys to follow us.
Truth is, we failed. The parley was a disaster.
Now. Things actually turned out better than I expected. We know that Euraxia wants something from the Desert Wind Auditorium, and we know she's about to launch a counter-strike against Riverhold.
There's no way I can be in two places at the same time.
That's not exactly true. If my power wasn't depleted, well, let's not digress. I'll go to Riverhold and warn Garishri. We'll make sure the city is ready for the attack. Meanwhile, you find out what's happening at the Desert Wind Auditorium.
What is the Desert Wind Auditorium and where do I find it?
Auditoriums serve the same function as monasteries in other parts of Tamriel. Desert Wind and its adepts follow the order of Jean Kaj. It's west of here, on the northern lip of the scar. Look for a side entrance if the main door is blocked.
Alright, I'll go to the Desert Wind Auditorium. Wait, we're still in the city, right? Well, not quite. I need to find the stable so I can do my my daily upgrade.
Shore's bones. Rigert knew he should have brought more mead.
Alright, where's the stable?
It is this.
Let's go with speed. Oof. That's quite far, but let's just ride so we can get the opportunity to put stuff on the map. Forever to get to this place. I'm probably lost. Oops, there is a dragon. There's a delve here. Let's put it on the map first. Then we can continue to the auditorium.
Seal the gate. Let no Euraxian enter this holy place.
Alright, something is going on here. Bug of some sort? The hell? What the hell is going on? Okay, there we go. Okay, I seem to... Yeah, it looks like this is, okay, you cannot go in from this side. Oh yeah, we gotta go in from the side. There was a side entrance that I think it was right here. Yeah, I don't need any of this stuff. I'll check it out later. Okay, we have to find a way to get this skill shard. I think I'm just gonna let... Alright, fine.
Burn it!
First, yeah, we're heading in the right direction. Alright, so we're gonna have to circle around if we want to get the, we're gonna have to circle around if we want to get the skill point. Rather, the sky shard. Okay, I thought somebody was following me. I'll heal you. Yeah, Elder Scrolls Online, they need to really think about revamping their combat system. The Necromancer's combos feel very slow and very sluggish. Alright, we gain 1 skill point. What's this? I don't really need to use it right now, because there's nothing really that I want to get. So I'll just sit on it for now. Oh wow, look at the time. It's 32 minutes in. So I'm gonna have to take a break. We'll pick up right here. We'll be right back.